Hello everybody, if you would like to see this full face, go ahead and check out my previous video using all ColourPop products. Now, let's go ahead and wash this makeup off and put on a brand new face. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because we are doing another brand new face. I mention it probably in every single one of my brand new face videos. These are some of my favorite types of videos to record. And yeah, that's what we're doing again today. If you guys are new to the channel, hi, welcome. My name is Mary, and if you've been with us before, welcome back. One of my favorite things to do on this channel is to do brand new faces. We take one brand at a time and put it on our face, put it to the test, see how that brand works, and just kind of get a first impression. I do a couple of other makeup related content videos now and then here as well. So if you guys like makeup related videos, I would love for you guys to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and introduce yourself down below. I'd love to have a conversation started down there. But anyways, let's just dive into the video and introduce today's brand. And the brand that we will be playing with today is NYX. NYX Cosmetics. Now, one product that's in front of us here is a product that I've used maybe only like 2 or 3 times, and then I set it aside to save for this video. And then I do have another NYX product that I love so much that we're not using in this video in my drawers. It's their like contour wand. I've talked about it in other videos. It's fun for sculpting, but I wasn't going to use that. I don't know if the specific one I have is anymore in stock, or I think the packaging is outdated, something like that. So decided not to use that. But other than the one product that I've maybe used a couple times here, everything else in front of us here is brand new, and I'm so excited. So let's pull up the brand site and just see what the brand is all about. So on their About Us section, they first go into proud artistry for all. NYX Professional writes the new rules and leaves their mark on the city. Self-taught and self-made, they are empowered innovators who express their creativity through the media they own. And then it says they embody the spirit of LA, freedom, boldness, colorful personalities, and they shift with the Hollywood dynamic. It also says we are professional AF. And then we believe in equality for all, and that they are in loving partnership with the LA LGBTQ Center. And there's a little section there where you can go and learn more. Next up, it says on here they have vegan goals. So I believe this means they're not like a vegan-free brand, but then it says, as our pledge to offer more conscious choices, our selection of vegan-friendly faves is growing all the time. Formulated without any animal divert ingredients or byproducts, our vegan formula still packs a punch when it comes to crazy rich pigment and high performance products. And then it gives you a link to shop their vegan options. So it doesn't appear as if they're a fully vegan brand, but they have a vegan line kind of working towards that goal. And then the last little section here goes into no retouching. Textures, lines, actual skin, we've got them all. We believe in showing makeup looks that can actually be achieved in real life, regardless of who you are. And we've got the formulas you need, so you don't need to add that filter. Pretty simple little about us there. Kind of inspired by the LA vibe, I guess. Equality for all, and working to be vegan-free and kind of that pro vibe when it comes to their makeup and the products, feeling very professional. So that's super duper exciting. Let's go ahead and just dive in. We're gonna go ahead and start on the eyes like we usually do. And to start off, we're gonna prep the eyes with concealer. And this is the product that I have had and used 3 or 4 times. And it is the Bear With Me Concealer Serum. And from the little bit that I've used this, I do really like it. It's very hydrating and lightweight feeling on the skin. Again, I haven't used it a whole lot, so we'll put it to the test here again. I think the shade that I got is a little bit darker than my preference. It might even be either spot on or a tid dark compared to the foundation. But I've currently got the shade Light, but I know that they have so many more options. Yeah, I probably needed to go with like fair. Here is what the packaging looks like. What's really, really cool about this is the very common concealer application is to untwist and you've got your doe foot, but with this guy, it's actually got a little tiny pump on it and you pump the product out that way. So I think that's super cool and super unique to go this direction with it. And on their website, the highlights on this, they claim that it provides up to 24 hours of hydration with a lightweight formula, skincare makeup hybrid, packed with skin-loving ingredients, has medium coverage, formula conceals imperfections such as dark circles and dry patches, blendable, does not look dry or cakey, helps soothe the skin and cover redness, can be used on the face and body, and perfect for natural makeup looks, available in 17 shades, and this one is vegan and cruelty-free. Okay, very exciting. So I'm gonna go ahead, I did not dampen a sponge. Let me go do that. Let me go dampen a sponge real quick. Sponge dampened. I feel like the last couple brand new face videos I've done, I don't know why I keep missing to dampen my sponge. Anyways, grabbing that concealer, and I'm just going to pump a little bit of it onto my sponge here. Get the dog hairs off of there. And just kind of start blending this on the eyelid. Alrighty, we've got that applied. A very thin feeling formula. You can kind of see the sheen, that like hydrated look on the eyes here. Light, yeah, like a medium coverage because you can still see a little bit of veining and coloration underneath. Doesn't dry down fairly quick. There's a slight little tacky feel to it just off, you know, right away after applying. But yeah, feels really nice. I don't know that this is the best like eye base, especially if you're somebody who wants a little bit more coverage for veins and things like that, but it works just fine, I think. I like it a little bit better, obviously, for underneath the eyes to kind of provide some hydration. But there is that on the eyes so far. Alrighty, so next we are going to jump into the eyeshadow palette. Now, I ordered this off of, not Amazon, I ordered these products off of Ulta a while back, and I'm not quite seeing this one on their site. I'm finding a larger version of it. But it's one of their ultimate palettes. So here it is. It's the NYX Professional Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. And this one says Ultimate Queen on the back. Here's what it looks like inside. And they've got some of these ultimate palettes in the smaller version. Maybe it's just not available right now on their site in the smaller option. But they've got the bigger version on their site. Yeah, they have a bigger option on their site, but not specifically this smaller one currently on their site. If I find it, I'll make sure to link it down below, and I'll make sure to, when I put my little slider bar, put the appropriate price and everything. But this is what we are going to be using today. I'm very excited. Ooh, there are some really, this color right here. Oh, that one looks so fun. I feel like before we even start on the eyes, we need to do some swatching. So I'm gonna start with that one that I am captivated by. I don't think they have shade names. They just kind of have them numbered on the back. It definitely feels kind of dry. I think I expected it to feel just a little creamier. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't know if that shift picks up on camera very well. That one is very pretty. Doesn't feel heavy. It's a very thin formula. Let's do this one right here as well. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, very metallic-y. Not too chunky, glittery or anything. Very thin. I feel like that's gonna feel really, really nice on the eyes. And let's just for funs swatch a matte one here, just to see what we're working with. I'm taking this one up in the corner. Okay. Not the best swatching job, but that's okay. That's a really fun color. It's not like a full-on matte. It looks like it's got a little bit of a a sheen to it, which I think is really, really pretty. Let's see here. So taking my M433 brush here, I'm gonna start by dipping into this shade right here. And doing what we usually do, just starting that in our crease, trying to build up the transition and get the shape that we want. And right away, just from that first dip, there's definitely good pigmentation there. Okay, it's a very, very fun color. Let's go ahead and dip into the shade right next to it here, just to deepen things up a little bit more. Still working that on the crease, but just a little bit lower. Using the same M433 brush. So far, so good. I think those two shades are blending pretty well with each other here. I'm gonna take a clean brush here now. We'll use this ColourPop E15 brush, and I'm gonna dip into the lightest shade here and use that, or try to use that just above everything to soften and diffuse. I don't always do this. Sometimes I'll just take a clean brush, but when you got a light shade in there, I think what I want to try is I'm gonna dip into this lighter gold shade up here using my finger and focusing that on the inner third of the eyelid, and then we're gonna shift it into this lighter pink down here. And then depending on how that looks, maybe we'll try to just softly put that really pretty purpley pink over top. I don't know if that'll work, but that'd be fun to kind of use a couple of the shades. All right, so we've got some of that gold on. Gonna now go into that lightest pink here, kind of blend that in with each other, having that be a little bit more on the center of the eyelid. And I'll kind of bounce between the two shades and kind of blend them together. And then just because I really, really want to use it, I'm gonna take that first shade that we swatched that has purples, pinks, golds, a little bit of everything. I'm gonna tap into it really, really light and just try to kind of mix that in with everything as well. I don't know how much of this we'll see, but try to get a little bit of that everywhere. I bet that these shades would be so much more punchy if we used them damp, if we used a setting spray with them. I don't like to do that with my brand new face videos because I just want to test it as best as is. If I hang on to this, the next time I would use it, I would test it out and try to wet down the metallics and see just how more intense those could get. All right, not sure how well the camera will pick up all of those little individual shifts, but it's really, really pretty here in person. I do really like that. What I want to do for fun here now, we do have an eyeliner, but there's this purple shade in here as well. I think I want to kind of smoke that against the lower lash line to kind of create a little bit of a smoky liner. So I'm taking the ColourPop E20 brush here. It's just a smaller blending brush, a little bit more of a precise brush. And then just dipping into that purple shade just on the tip of it. I'm just gonna focus this mostly on the outer third, but just kind of working that against the lash line for a little bit of a smoky liner look. Okay, there's that purple eyeshadow on. I think that looks pretty cute. If we didn't have an eyeliner, I would definitely leave them like this, but we do have an eyeliner to test out. So here's where we're gonna leave the eyeshadows on the upper lid for now, and we will grab the next product, which is the eyeliner. And they've got a couple of options for eyeliners. I decided to go with but we do have an eyeliner to test out. So here's where we're gonna leave the eyeshadows on the upper lid for now, and we will grab the next product, which is the eyeliner. And they've got a couple of options for eyeliners. I decided to go with their Epic Ink Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. And does this only come in black? Nope, it comes in black and brown. I decided to go with their black option. Here is what the packaging looks like. This, I believe, has not felt tip, I think it's a brush tip applicator, yep. And on their site here, the highlights on this, it is a waterproof and smudge-proof formula. It features a slender, flexible brush tip. Then it says ultra-precise felt tip for maximum precision. It's a brush tip. I don't know why that second thing says felt tip. Can be used to create thin or thick lines, and it's available in black and brown. They do also say this one is a favorite, a cult favorite, and this one is a vegan option. So let me just shake it up here a little bit. Let's see what we're working with. Ooh, yeah, you can get some fairly thin lines, which I think is really, really nice. It's got a pretty decent, it's not super duper duper black, but still a very nice black color. I believe it's dried down. It looks to have a little bit of a sheen finish. Nothing too major, but it's not like a matte black or anything like that, just a little bit of a reflectiveness there. Let's apply this and attempt to do just a little bit of a wing. There is the eyeliner applied. Not my best work. They're not very sharp. They're even enough. But it still worked just fine. I like the formula for the most part. I do feel like I can feel it drying. Like I can feel it a little bit on my eyes, but the formula is really nice and thin. The pigmentation of it is really, really nice. Aside from my normal struggles with putting winged liner on, I do like how it applied, so I do like that about it. So there is that. Let's go into the next product here, which is going to be the mascara. They've got 3 options on their site here. Currently, the one I picked up is the NYX Worth the Hype mascara. It is, of course, volume and lengthenizing. Volume and lengthening. Of course, I went with the one that shows length. Now this shows waterproof on their website. Is this also waterproof? It says this is a buildable formula, gives you a fuller looking lash that feels feathery, soft, builds and lengthens even the littlest baby lashes at and in the inner corner of your eyes. All right, I apologize if you hear noise. Okay, not sure how long that noise is going to be going on outside. It's a little quieter right now, so I've gone ahead and curled my lashes here, and we will go ahead and apply the mascara. I guess I should show you here as well. The applicator on this looks to be just like more of a standard bristle applicator. They're a lot thicker near the bottom, and then kind of narrow in towards the top and get a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna keep building it up here, but here is one coat built up so far just on this eye. I'm gonna try and turn in hopes that you can somewhat see this. It's always so hard to see what is the best angle for you guys on this. It's cute. I like the way it coats every single lash. I would describe this to be maybe a little more natural. The first, you know, it's a very thin coat right away and then like fluffy. But the biggest thing I'm not seeing is length. Like if I look forward on here, you can't really see my lashes. I don't see the length. They are sitting a little more straight, so maybe they just need to be recurled or lifted. But even still, I'm not getting a whole lot of length from this. I'm gonna put on another coat. We're gonna do the other eye here, see if we can build it up a little bit. Alrighty, the mascara is applied. I am seeing a little bit better on this eye. Typically, this eye is just a little bit nicer to me when it comes to mascara. The lashes just look better. So you can see it a little bit more compared to this one. But even still, I mean, the second layer is beautiful. It kind of chunks it up a little bit, which is something that I do like to make it a little bit more dramatic, but still not getting the length that I was really, really hoping for. But I do like how black the mascara is. I do like how it applied. Like the applicator's not scratchy or anything. It coats every single lash really, really nicely. It's not heavy feeling on the eyes here. The formula dries down really quick too, where it's just like, shortly after, you can kind of just right away jump into your second coat. I mean, I can sit here and blink and squint my eyes and it's not gonna transfer or anything like that. So, I mean, I can go like this and I'm not seeing it move to the top of my, you know, right below my brows. So that's really, really nice. So little things like that are really, really nice, but I just wish there was some more length to it. But that's okay. Let's go ahead now and move on to the face. So for the face, next we're gonna go into the primer. Now I did for this one get a travel size. They do have a bigger option, but I didn't realize when I was ordering, I ordered a travel size. So for the full face, my total will include the travel size, but in my little display thing, I'll make sure to put both costs, the travel and the full size, in case you are interested. But for this, I ended up getting the NYX Plump Right Back Up Primer. I think this is a newer one to them, and I debated between doing this one and their marshmallow one. I think this one with the It's more skin care and like, it's plumpy. It says it has a plumping serum in it. So I think just bringing life to the face, I think I was more excited about this versus the marshmallow one. But this, on their site, the benefits are moisturizes the skin for a plump, radiant look, extends the wear of foundation and concealer all day, okay. Helps smooth skin for an even makeup application. It absorbs quickly, leaving your skin primed and ready for makeup application. Can be used as a primer for makeup or worn alone for that skin that feels smooth and looks radiant, okay. And then it says suitable for all skin types. And this is also one that's in their vegan line. Typically this would come in a pump, but with the travel size here, it does come in a squeegee tube. So let's just put a little bit of this on our back of our hand and see. It's a clear formula. Ooh, interesting feeling. It feels very like watery, not like tacky necessarily or anything. And then I've got a lot of shine on my hand here, but like after it's kind of spread out, I think it's gonna kind of create like a natural, healthy, hydrated look, or at least I hope so. Just gonna take a little bit of this on my fingertips and apply that all over the face. It's very thin. It definitely feels very skincare-y. All right, I've got that all over the face here now. Yeah, I like how it feels. It's very thin feeling. After actually putting it all over the face, it's not like a tacky feel, but there's like a, almost like a grippy feel where like my hands don't go as it's like sliding over. So I feel like the makeup should stick to that really, really well. And it does kind of leave a nice, healthy sheen on the face, I would say. I think I'm liking that so far here. So now let's put the foundation over top. And for the foundation, I decided to go with the Can't Stop, Won't Stop full coverage foundation. Alrighty, here's what this one looks like. And I got their shade Light Ivory. This comes in 45, looks like 45 shades on their website currently. And the benefits on this guy say, every creamy liquid shade glides on smooth, delivering matte coverage that stays true up to 24 hours. This overachiever also works to control shine and mattify your complexion all day long. Classic foundation is, oh, this big old word, non-codogenic. I need to learn how to pronounce that and figure out what that means. And suitable for normal, oily skin combination and sensitive. So most or all skin types. This one also has a little cult favorite sign and part of their vegan line as well. That's very, very exciting. Okay. I didn't realize I was getting like a full coverage foundation or also even a matte foundation. So big things that we can test here. I just put like a nice healthy primer underneath. We'll see if any of that glows through with the matte foundation. And opening this guy, so it comes in a glass or a very thick plastic, hard to tell packaging. And it does have a pump, which is very, very nice. So I'm gonna grab our sponge, pump a little bit of this onto there, start applying this to the face. Shade might be, it'll be a fine option. It might be a little bit light technically. I've got a little bit more color on my arms these days. Okay, we've got that applied. Usually I end up going a little too dark with them in the summer, or almost summer here, I guess. This is just a little bit too light for me. It'll for sure work in the winter, and we'll be able to make it work. But I don't often go the wrong way and go too light. I usually go too dark. But other than that, it's a very thin formula. Yeah, I mean, the coverage is really, really nice. There's some stuff that's barely shining through here, so they say full coverage. I would say it's right there at a full coverage, maybe just leaning medium full. Yeah, super light feeling. It is matte, but it doesn't, right now at least, doesn't feel dry matte or anything like that. And I guess the biggest thing, I don't have any dry spots necessarily, but sometimes matte formulas will really cling onto dry spots. I don't see it like clinging necessarily or gathering in any spots. Yeah, the one thing I'm definitely distracted by is how it's laying on my forehead here. It kind of emphasizes the creases more than I'd like, But I mean, that's a minor thing. Those kind of always show, and sometimes the powder and the setting sprays sometimes actually help smooth that out. For a matte formula, I'm actually pretty darn surprised by it, and for it being full coverage. Very light, undetectable feeling on the face here, which is what I really like that. Matte coverage foundations aren't necessarily my favorite. I do like more of a satin finish that looks a little bit more skin-like, I guess. But there's reasons for a matte finish, and I mean, this is really, really pretty, so I do like it. So let's go ahead now and conceal. And I had mentioned earlier, there's a chance, especially since I got this a little too light, this concealer might be a little darker. So we'll see how that ends up looking together here. Also, this is like a hydrating concealer, so mixing the matte and hydrating together. We'll see how those want to play with each other. Alrighty, the concealer is on. I think it's playing just fine with the foundation here. I do like how it brought a little bit more hydration back underneath the eyes, and then I just kind of, with what was left on the sponge, kind of bounced it just in the center where I don't want it to look too dry or anything like that. The face is definitely, again, it's not heavy feeling, but you can tell like it does look very full coverage. There is like texture and stuff when you're really up close that you can see, but it's still not too bad, honestly. So let's go ahead. We've got that concealer on. Make sure that there's no creasing. Going to introduce the next product here, which is the powder. And this is the Mineral Matte Finishing Powder. So I got another matte product. So we'll see. Hopefully this doesn't become too drying or anything like that. And this is in their shade Light. So it's not like a translucent powder. It does have some pigment to it. Comes in light and medium currently on the website. It says it's a mineral finishing powder that sets your favorite look with a flawless finish. Skin appears fresh and radiant throughout the day. Just a hint of color provides enough coverage to be worn over makeup or on bare, moisturized skin. I get confused when things like this say matte, but then in their description it says flawless finish, fresh and radiant. Maybe I just have a different vision for fresh and radiant than matte, but we'll see. So opening it up here, just has a little protector over the little holes. And then I'll just take and dump some of this into the lid. Taking a puff here. I've been liking using puffs again here, especially for like underneath the eyes. Going to dip into the powder and then first smooth it on my hand and then go in under the eye. And then I'm going to take this also, doing the same thing, dipping in, smoothing it on the back of my hand. See how this works over these little forehead wrinkles. They're still there. I just have forehead wrinkles. That's okay. And then I don't want this to feel dry or heavy, so just basically with what's left on the puff and kind of what's on the back of my hand here, very, very lightly going over the rest of the face. Alrighty, the face is set. We're still looking pretty matte here. It feels a little more drying than it did, but it's not like unbearable or anything like that. The under eyes feel nice and smooth. Everything feels very, very set. I mean, I think it did what a setting powder is supposed to do, mattifying. Sometimes it's hard to get a first impression right away here, so I don't know fully what to think of this one here yet, but for a matte base, it's really not feeling that bad. So I do like that. I do have glitter in my eye. Let's jump into the brows. And the first product we're going to use in the brows is the NYX The Brow Glue. I think this was a very popular product, kind of hit and miss with people, depending on how you like your brows. I think this is intended to be very like laminated and just glued and like cemented down, which I kind of like. So I'm hoping that I'm really gonna like this. Hoping it's not too thick or heavy feeling on the brows though. So this does, I got it in clear, but it does also come in a couple of other shades like taupe, medium brown, dark brown, and black. And the benefits. This is an eyebrow glue that delivers up to 16 hours of extreme hold. It instantly tames and styles brows upon application, dries down to a natural non-sticky finish. It is a transfer-proof and flake-resistant formula. and available in the other additional 4 shades and transparent. So opening it up here, it looks to not be like a fully clear, it's kind of like a hazy clear gloss, glue, whatever you want to call it. And it has just a little tiny baby applicator. Just comb our brow hairs up first, then go into the glue. I feel like that, I've only done it on the one eye here so far. I feel like it's lifting them really, really nicely. See if that dries down. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one now. Okay, I've got that applied in both brows. Being that it's clear, I don't know how much of this you will be able to catch on camera. I do think it's lifting the hairs up really, really nicely, and it dried down really quick as well. It's honestly not as heavy feeling as I thought it was going to be. Less product was on the applicator than I thought. I thought it'd be kind of more goopy going through, but it really wasn't. It did get a little heavier on this side here, and I do think I maybe got a little too close to the brows with the powder, that I did see a little bit of like chunkiness, and I think it was just the glue kind of mixing with the powder that's on my face, but it's still looking pretty good. Brows are feeling lifted, but not in a super chunky way, which is what I thought was going to happen. But yeah, I still think it looks and feels pretty darn nice. Let's now grab the eyebrow pencil, and I decided to go with their micro brow pencil, and in the shade Ash Blonde. This currently comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 shades on their site. And the benefits on this guy are, it says eyebrow pencil boat, I don't know what that word is. Thin tip for drawing micro hairs, creamy, highly pigmented formula, available in 12 shades, can be used to help fluff, define, and fill in sparse brows. Comes with a mini spoolie, nice, for taming and shaping, and it is an ultra precise tip that doesn't require shaping or sharpening. Very nice. So on this side here, we've got our micro tip, which honestly, I feel like I try to mention this with every eyebrow product we look at. I think I have used more micro looking products than this, but that's still micro enough, I guess. And then here is our spoolie on the opposite end. Love having a spoolie. I'll have to put it in the brows to tell for sure, but I do kind of wonder if that's gonna come off a little warm, a little orangey maybe. We'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this in the brows. All right, I've got it in the one brow here so far. It is a little bit warmer than I would prefer. It still is going on really nice. I can just tell for myself. It's not quite the shade I'd like, but formula-wise, it's really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing the other brow here now. There are the brows done. They do look really nice. I do like how the product worked and applied. The pigment on it is really nice. Again, just a little bit warmer than I wanted, but I do really like the formula. I do like how workable the product is, so I would maybe consider picking this up in a different shade because I do really like how it applied in the brows. So let's go ahead and quickly finish up under the eyes here. Alright, there are the eyes complete. Kept it nice and matte, and then decided to use this more peachy-ish shade up here in hopes to kind of match with the blush. It's kind of like a peachy coral. But yeah, there are the eyes complete. I'm really loving how the eyes are looking here so far. So let's move into the face and do bronzer next. And the bronzer I picked up is the NYX Professional Matte Bronzer. And this on the site shows currently comes in 5 shades. And I got the shade Light. Here's what it looks like opened up. And this shows also part of their vegan line, so that's very, very exciting. Perfect for spring, summer, and beyond. Matte bronzer. The matte bronzer has arrived, achieving natural and healthy looking complexion using any of the powder bronzers available in 5 shades. Perfect for that desired honey glow all year long. Okay, alrighty, so we're gonna use my battery's gonna die here real soon, but we're gonna use the ColourPop F18 brush, dip on in there, and apply this. All right, there we go. Bronzer is applied, battery's replaced. I really like this. I like this color a lot. It's a matte bronzer, but it does bring that glow like it says on the site. I really like the finish of it. I could build it up a little bit more, but I don't want it to look too heavy, but ooh, this bronzer is beautiful and I'm loving it. So there is that. Let's move on to the next product here, which is gonna be the blush. And I got one of their Sweet Cheeks matte blushes. Here's what this one looks like. This is in the shade Daydream. So I was kind of saying it's kind of like a corally, kind of peachy shade. So I was hoping to kind of put that on under the eyes. This on their site currently has 12 shades, I believe. The description says, fake the perfect blush with Sweet Cheeks Creamy Powder Blush. Creamy Powder Blush. And is this the right one? Am I not on the right one? Creamy Powder Blush Matte. Must be it. Creamy Powder Blush. Blip, blip, blip. Tongue twister. Our new super smooth formula that delivers beautifully pigmented color with a true matte finish. Available in traditional tones and artistry inspired purples and yellows. Each silky powder blends with ease. This is also part of their vegan line. Okay, super duper exciting. So let's go ahead and grab an e.l.f. angled blush brush here. Dip on in. Doesn't look overly pigmented here on the brush so far, but we'll see. And apply this on the cheeks. There is that blush on. Hopefully the camera picks it up really nicely. That is a beautiful color. I like that color a lot. Similar to the bronzer. It's matte, but it it almost looks like there's like a natural highlighter on there. Even though we have a matte base, matte powder. I really like that finish. That is really, really pretty. Alrighty, so far so good. Now I'm a little bit worried about the next product here, which is the highlighter. Let me pull that up. It is the NYX Born to Glow. And currently on their website, they're all sold out. And when I ordered this on Ulta, I think there was really only the one shade available. Here's what it looks like. It is in the shade Stand Your Ground. It just looks very gray. So I don't know. I guess we have to try it to find out, but just looking at it here, I'm very hesitant. But the description on this says, these hot little singles are just what your beauty routine needs to glow the distance. NYX Professional Makeup Born to Glow highlighters are packed with illuminating pearls to catch, reflect, and refract natural light for a far out strobing effect. You'll fall in love with these convenient little face highlighter powders that give your features a super intense glow. That looks all your own. That looks good. I don't know what that last little part means. And also part of the vegan line. So they say it's supposed to be an intense glow. I'm just worried about it giving like a weird shift, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go in with a fan brush, I think. I hope that's gonna kind of give us the softest application. And if I do end up liking it, I can take it on a more precise brush. Alrighty, we've got that on. Hopefully you can see that there. Again, I went pretty light with it. I don't see it shifting, I don't think. I don't know what to think about it. I don't think I love it, but it's not as scary or gray like I thought it was going to be, so I think it's nice. I don't think it's ruined anything here necessarily, so there is that, but I don't know that it's my favorite. So let's keep moving. I believe we're onto the lips here now, so let's introduce those products. So for lip liner, we got their Slim Lip Pencil. On the packaging, it just says lip pencil. There's 2 pencil versions, but I think this is the slim one. And it comes in a variety of shades. The one I got is Peekaboo Neutral. Sorry, I was not showing that off to you guys here. Here's what the packaging looks like. And let's just go ahead and swatch this. Ooh, I think that's gonna look really nice with our eyes. There is it swatched on the back of the hand here. I think I'm gonna like this color. So the benefits for this say, lip pencil has a buttery soft formula that goes on easily. Available in 31 shades. Long-wearing formula. Resists bleeding. Pairs beautiful with our other NYX products, lip products. So, already butterfly. Butterly formula, smooth on. Let's see what we think. There is it on the lips, lined and fully filled in. This is a really pretty color. This just on its own with a gloss would be so nice. Applied onto the lips really, really nicely. It is matte. It feels a little dry on the lips, but not like uncomfortable or anything. I really like this shade. I think that is really, really pretty. So let's set that down and go into the lip product, or the second lip product here. They've got so many options for lip products and lip liners too, and varieties, which is really exciting. But the lip product I decided to go with is their Soft Matte Lip Cream. Matte again. I don't know why I went so matte with this look. Very, very weird. And the benefits, or what this intends to do, it says, it is a statement-making matte color. Delivers a burst of creamy color that sets a stunning matte finish. Durable, lightweight, delightfully creamy. Envelop your lips in the highly pigmented plush matte formula in colors that are inspired by cities. Just continues to kind of repeat itself. Matte, creamy, cushiony. Let's open it up here. It has got a doe foot applicator. They said it has a sweet scent. Yeah, it does. That's a very nice scent. And this is a pretty close matte, maybe just a little bit lighter. Yeah, a little pinkier than the lip, but I think that'll look really, really nice together. So let's apply this. I kind of want to dab it on, like kind of dab it on lightly, and then maybe soften it out with my finger. I don't know. Just a little bit on the lip there. And then just kind of, there are the lips done. It is just like a slightly lighter color. I really like how that looks and feels on the lips. Compared to like other like matte cream lip products I've used, those like instantly feel very drying on the lips, and this doesn't. And it doesn't like dry down, so it's not necessarily like transfer proof or anything. I didn't do a very good option there, but like it's not dry feeling. It's not like drying down to lips or anything, so I really like how that feels. I really like how those two colors look, and I think everything is tying together pretty well here so far, so really happy about that. Let's grab the last product, which is the setting spray. Alrighty, so for setting spray, I also got a travel size, so I'll make sure to include both prices when putting my little thing across here. But I went with the NYX Matte, again matte, NYX Matte Finish Spray. This guy right here. I have a feeling I've maybe actually owned this before too. I don't know, I don't fully remember. But this says, demand perfection. Makeup lovers and professionals alike know that fresh matte makeup look on the go that lasts. Must be set with the professional spray. Got it. This must have lightweight makeup setting spray, is a convenient travel size, gorgeous, blah, blah, blah. It's a shine-free matte finish, super comfortable, breathable, and works hard to make sure your makeup stays in place. So let's go ahead and give this little guy a Mr. Test. I have a feeling that when this sprays, it's probably going to leave a couple little droplets on the face, but we shall see. Let's go ahead and spray it all over. Grab our sponge. Yeah, there's a couple little droplets here. There we go. The face is set. That setting spray dried down really, really quickly and really, really nicely. It says it's a matte setting spray, but I still also can see our highlighter shining through, so it hasn't really pulled any of that away, which is really, really nice. I love how the face feels, and I'm really liking how the face looks, so hopefully, as it claims, that'll keep the makeup in place. And yeah, that is the whole look. I'm really, really happy with how everything is tying together here for the look. I'm really happy with how it's looking here so far on the face. Let's go ahead and get set up here, and we'll talk about the products individually and find out what this full cost face was. So looking at the full face cost for this, I hope my total on here is accurate. I believe when I first gathered all this stuff, I think since then, unless I fixed it, I don't quite remember, but I'll make sure Editing Mary puts the official total. But what I've got here as my total currently listed is to be around $144. Now we did have 15 products. We were able to put an entire full face together with this brand. So I honestly really like that price point. Again, I'll have to double check and see here. That might include the travel size products here. So the full face cost might go up a little bit if you were to purchase the full product sizes. But even still, I'm really happy with that price point for NYX, being that they are very like professional makeup vibe that they have. Everything worked really, really well. Like for the most part, everything that it claimed on the site, I feel like I see that coming through here on the face as well. So super happy and super duper excited about that. So let's talk about the products here individually and see what we think. The first thing we dove into was the concealer. Again, this was the one product that I had already purchased and used, so this is gonna be a yes. Even though it's a little, just barely darker than what I'd prefer, it does work really well, being that it's very hydrating. I might go ahead at some point and pick up a lighter shade, but this one's working just fine. Formula's great. The little pump applicator on the concealer is really, really cute and fun, so this guy is a yes, and I love how it's looking on the eyes here. Not the best eye base, but still nothing is creasing with it. And I think under the eyes here still, yeah, we're looking pretty good still as well. So this is a yes. And then we went into this eyeshadow, and this is also a yes. I love how the eyes look and they don't feel heavy. The shadows are very thin, but still very pigmented. So that looks really nice on the eyes, feels really great on the eyes, blended really, really well. So this guy is a yes. And then we went into the eyeliner here. I'm gonna say yes for now, because it does look really, really nice. Is it my favorite of the eyeliners that I've used? No, probably not. But I want to get a little bit more use out of it, see what we think about it. I think it's supposed to be like long wear, waterproof, so we'll see kind of how it wears, you know, throughout the day and see if it smudges and how easy it comes off at the end of the day. If it's long hold, then I'll definitely be more interested in hanging onto it, because I don't want my eyeliner smudging and budging around or anything like that. So yes for now. Formula wise, very nice, but like I think the biggest thing is I do like a black matte finish, and I like those eyeliners that are just so precise and like easy use. This one isn't as easy, but still nice. So yes for now. Then we went into the mascara. I think I have to say no to this guy. It's looking cute on the eyes here. The eyes are looking nice and finished, but again, I was really looking for that length, so I don't think I would find myself grabbing for this one, just because I know I've got my favorites in there right now that are gonna give me that length that I want. So even though the formula of this is really, really pretty, coats the lashes really, really well, it just doesn't give me that length that I'm looking for. So that's gonna be a no. Then we moved on to the face and we did primer, and we did the Plump Right Back Up primer, and I'm gonna say yes to this. I do really like it. I don't think, it didn't really do anything like pore blurring or anything like that, but I like the hydration that it gave to the face before we started, and I really like how thin it was. It didn't feel like a heavy serum or anything like that. It did feel very skincare-esque, which was really, really fun. So this I really enjoyed, and that is a yes. Foundation. I'm gonna say yes for now as well. Matte foundations aren't my favorite, but they can be nice sometimes. So I don't know if it's gonna be like a daily use foundation for me, especially not here in the warmer weather. It's a little bit lighter, but maybe in the winter, maybe, we'll see, or the fall when full coverage is a big, big thing. I could maybe see myself using this, or like more full glam occasions, being that it is full coverage and matte, but it's not heavy feeling or anything like that. I love how lightweight, like everything really, like it hardly feels like I'm wearing makeup. I can feel the eyeliner a little bit and I can feel the brows a little bit, but everything else does not feel heavy at all. And for this to be a matte formula, it's not dry or like flaky feeling or anything like that. So I'm gonna say yes for now and see how often we use it. And then we went into the powder. I'm also gonna say yes for now. When it comes to a tinted powder or like a powder that has color to it, I sometimes get a little bit hesitant to see how it's gonna work with the other products underneath. But this one did a really good job. I think I'll need to put it to the test to some of my other foundations. I think I'll have to kind of compare it side by side with some of the other powders that I really like to see what I think. But I mean, the face, again, for being matte, nothing feels dry, nothing feels heavy. So I do really like that about it. And the eyes are still feeling and looking nice and set. So yes. Then we went into the brows and we started with this brow glue. And we'll also say yes for now. Honestly, I was expecting to be like really thrilled by this, for it to be a very like hard, strong hold, feel it in the brows type thing. And it really wasn't. And I've mentioned this a couple of times in other videos. I sometimes like when I can really tell that my brows are cemented. And this I'm not really getting that from, so I was kind of like, oh, it's a glue, but it doesn't like super tack them down. But it's still holding the hairs in place really, really nicely, so I do like that. So I will continue to use it and see what I think, because I do really like how it looks in the brows and how it worked. It just wasn't as like strong feeling as I thought. And again, as we've mentioned with a lot of these products, everything feels very lightweight on the face, so it does go with that. But I guess I thought I was gonna feel it a little bit more, which is very goofy, but yes, it's a yes for now. And then the brow pencil. The formula is really, really nice, but for this specific shade, I'm gonna say no. It's just a little too warm, a little too orangey for my preference, but I would consider actually picking up a more cool tone taupe blonde shade that doesn't lean too warm, because I do really like how it applied in the brows, but this particular shade I am gonna say no to. Moving back to the face here, we went into the bronzer. This right here is a yes. I really like how this bronzed up the face. This color here, it's really pretty. The warmth that it gave to the face was really, really nice. And even though it's a matte formula, it still gave like a glow. So I really, really liked that. So this guy is gonna be a yes. And then the blush, this right here, also a yes. Very, very similar finish to the bronzer as well, where it's matte, but even still, it has some sort of sheen to it still, that it's not like a super matte or super dry looking matte. Still very healthy looking, beautiful color, this one here in Daydream. So this is a yes. Then we moved into the highlighter, this guy right here. Now we went very, very light with it, but I don't think I'm gonna get much use out of it. It's not going as gray or scary as I thought it was gonna be, and again, from going light with it, but I just don't think I'm gonna reach for it too much. Just in the pan here, it's just a little too gray. I don't think I'd end up using it. Then we did the lips. This lip liner color is beautiful. The formula of it, also very beautiful. It feels, even though it's matte, It's still very comfortable feeling on the lips here. So this guy is a yes. And then same with the soft matte lip cream that we put over top. Yes, not drying feeling at all for it being a matte product. And I really like how it paired with that lip liner color. So this guy is also a yes. Last off, we've got the setting spray. Also gonna be a yes. I'll have to kind of see throughout the day if it does end up doing a really good job of keeping the makeup in place. But I do like how the makeup is looking here so far. And so yeah, we're gonna say yes to this guy. And that is everything. So we're really passing on 3 products. 2 of them are for sure just not for me, which is that highlighter and the mascara. And then, I mean, again, the formula of the brow was actually really, really good. So if it was in the right shade, we would have held on to this guy. But other than that, everything else we are hanging on to. I am so happy with how the makeup look turned out. And I would love to know what you guys think of the makeup look down below. And that is going to be everything for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you want to be notified of the next time that I post, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified. That's going to be it from me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.